It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! Oh, it's alive! I've made life! Hey, Teacher Thoughts here, coming at you with another video. Well, I hope you've been following our updates and our progress with our experiment to take a plant and make potatoes and tomatoes come together as one. That's right. We're doing the... Oh, wait. I can't call it that anymore. I can't call it this. This word right here with the letter N and fries. It's trademarked. Yeah, someone trademarked that. And I can't call it Tom, you know, like the name, person name. Tato. Not like Tonto, but Tato. I can't call it that, but we can call it Totato. We made a Totato. So we took a potato and we grafted tomatoes onto it so that you can have some catsup and French fries. Yes, catsup and French fries. It's not trademarked if I'm using the different spelling that starts with a C, right? So we made that plant, and you know, because you're supposed to dress for success and dress for the part. I am tomatoes up top and potatoes down below. Did you guys notice that? Yeah. Ketchup, catsup, potatoes. That's right. We actually did get one of our grafts to take. So let's go to the lab and we're going to take a closer look at this. There was a lot of tries that didn't work, but you know what? We got a couple that did. And this is what we're going to build our catsup and French fries plant on, or our Totato that we're going to grow the whole year. And we're going to see what we can do with it. Yeah, some of it looks miserable, but you know, part of it's looking good. How you doing? To the lab. Hey, welcome back to the lab. So we're going to go get our lab specimens here in just a moment, and we're going to talk about our ketchup and fries plant. So hopefully I can do this super quick, and we'll do a little bit of explanation, and then we'll tell you kind of the why and the how that we can make this happen. All right, so if you missed the first video, what we did is we grew some potatoes, and we got them up to about this point, and then we cut them off, and we got some scions or some grafting stock off of a tomato plant. So this is a potato. We took a tomato, we made an incision on there, and we made a angled cut on the tomato, and then we put a grafting clamp around it to hold it together. And then we let it sit for about a week, and over the course of that week, that graft healed, and the rootstock, or the potato, started feeding and allowing the scion, or that grafted in tomato plant, to start meshing with the stems. So the two stems intermeshed together and rebuilt the connections in that stem. But instead of there being potato foliage on the top, now there's tomato foliage on the top. And for the tomato, instead of tomato rootstock down here, now there's potatoes. So we have a tomato up top and a potato down below, and the graft is meshed together. So I have a little bit of an example here of how that works. This is a cleft graft. So they split that stem and stuck the graft in here. This is done on two different walnuts. We got Patreon going on too. So up top is the English walnut, and down below is the black walnut. There was a disease that was affecting English walnuts and the roots in an area that I used to live. So they started grafting English walnuts onto black walnuts, which were resistant to the root disease. So anyway, we've got a cleft graft here, and this is the English walnut, or excuse me, this is the black walnut down here, and this is the English walnut graft. And so they stuck these together, and you can see as that tissue healed, there is actually a line where that tissue meshes together. So we've done the same thing with our tomato and our potato. Sorry about the sweat, it's hot in here. We've interwoven those two stem tissues. So now we have the potato down below and the tomato up top. Now, the reason this works is that both of these plants, both the tomato and the potato, are in the same plant family, which is Solanaceae, or your nightshade family, which also happens to be the same family as the petunias. We tried a Totato, but I dropped it last week. So I've got to redo that. I'll redo that this weekend, and I have the perfect rootstock to do that. So I've got another one, and it looks like I've got... well, 6 tries to get it right on the next one. So we're going to try all 6 of those to get that to go. So I'm going to draw you in close. We're going to take a look at our plants. 2 of the grafts were successful. The rest of them were not. And we're going to kind of do a post-mortem. And then we're going to leave the Totatos. We're going to leave the Totatos out here in the greenhouse where it's nice and warm, where it can continue to draw energy and that warmth. We're going to make sure that it's fertilized nice and well. And we'll keep growing that. It's going to be 82 or 85 degrees outside tomorrow. So I'm going to leave these in the shade down below where they can continue to acclimatize because we don't want to shock them too much. So I'll bring it down close. We'll do a post-mortem on the ones that didn't make it, and then we will look at the ones that were successful. Okay, so we're gonna go through the ones that didn't work first, and we're gonna kind of clean them up. So I'm gonna take the clamps off, and we'll kind of see how they go. Yeah, some of them, if it just falls free, we know that that graft didn't work. So we're going to remove that plant material if we are able. If not, we're going to kind of leave it and see if it actually does. That's kind of fused in there on that one. It might eventually work, but these are ones that the graft definitely did not take right away. So the plant is all wilted. There's no signs of that really taking off. The potato has healed around it, but it hasn't begun any sort of fusion. There's no water or nutrients been transferred between the rootstock across the graft and into the tomato plant. So this is a fail. So we're going to move that down here out of the way. All right, we're going to look at the next one here. We're going to start to remove some of these grafting clamps. Yeah, some of these other ones, they're wilted. They're wilted, but they don't seem to be... This one's kind of in a precarious location. It's encompassing the other graft that I'd like to save. This one is starting to recover. There's one here that's starting to recover, so it may start working. But as you can see here, I have tomato foliage. Show that to the Patreon. The tomato foliage is full of fluid, so it's full of turgor. So it is going, and I'm going to remove that grafting clip. I think I'm going to come in here and remove some of this others. Oops, well, that grafting clip just broke. I think I'm going to remove some of this other stuff so we can see that graft. I'm just going to go ahead and remove these other, well, don't want to remove them, but they're kind of in the way. Get you a close-up of that. See that that leaf is full of life. So that graft is taking, and we're going to be very careful with this not to disturb it too much because we don't want to break the tissue connections that we've got going. Yeah, this one's just obviously not going to make it. At least clamp. I'm going to have more of these made. They don't like the warmth. Some of these just are obviously not going to make it. It's starting to recover. Okay, so we're going to go in here and remove some of this other foliage because we want all of that energy to be directed through that tomato plant. So it may seem counterintuitive, but this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to get all of this excess out of here so that we can see our Totato. I'm probably going to have to police this plant as the year goes on to make sure that we're removing any potato foliage that does start. because we don't want potato foliage, we want tomato foliage. Okay, so we've removed that. So this other graft here is stuck. So it may have partially healed and it may recover in a little bit. So we're not going to completely remove it. But right now what we want is we want this other graft to take over all of the functions of making food for the plant. So kind of a little graft there. It is graft. It has not rooted into the stem. You can kind of see some of the liquids have drooled down over there, and this graft should get stronger and stronger as the year goes on. Okay, so there is one. I'm going to come in. I think we'll do the same thing here. Try to encourage the graft by removing the rest of the potato foliage. We want the potato to rely on the tomato foliage. We don't want it going through and trying to overrun the graft. So this is the one that's definitely taking, and then the others we will find out. But yeah, there you go. There is a Totato, and we'll keep cleaning this up. I'm probably going to give the other tomato foliage about a week to correct itself and start growing, and if it doesn't, I'll just go ahead and completely remove those. But I do want to try to have more than one main tomato on here. It's just with part of it being stuck in there. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to take this one off over here. I'm going to go ahead and do that because I want a sharp looking Totato. We want that, and we don't want any potato foliage in there. I'm getting this all out of the greenhouse. So there you go. We're gonna make this one work a little bit harder. Try to push some more nutrients through that one. But this would be our successful Totato. I'm pretty excited about that, and we'll just keep cleaning this up a little bit more. I'm really gonna police that there. But yeah, there we go, Totato. Now, if you want to do this, we'll work a little bit more and do a tutorial. And I'll find the link on Tinkercad for the grafting clips, and I'll post that down here. But we'll do a step-by-step tutorial to kind of show you how to work and care for your own Totato plant. Now, as a matter of science, we're not going to consume the fruit that comes off of this or the potatoes that come off of this. So with a potato and the tomato, both of them produce alkaloids, which are toxic to humans. But those are generally relegated to certain areas of the potato and tomato plant. And we want to make sure that we're not consuming any parts of the plant that would have alkaloids that have migrated to it. So I would recommend this solely as a experiment because technically any of these that the graft has been done, since we're using different combinations of tomatoes and potatoes, each one would have to be tested to ensure that the alkaloids are not transferring to the tomato fruit or to the potato tuber. So yeah, they're great for science, but let's not consume them. But if you want to enjoy another version of that, there are a couple of patented versions that are hand-grafted with specific varieties that have been checked to make sure that they're safe to eat. And those are the names that I cannot repeat because they're trademarked. But anyway, there is our Totato. That's one of the good ones. This is also going to be a good one, but we think that some of these other grafts may eventually take, so we're going to go ahead and leave them there. And you're going to get other updates as the year goes on, and hopefully this is interesting you. I'm trying to do legitimate science experiments here and not crazy like growing things in top ramen science for YouTube. This is going to be like science that you can do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing the success of the Totato growing. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed. Most of all, I hope you support the channel through Patreon or even just becoming a subscriber. And of course, please share the videos. Some of these only get like 12 views, and they're a lot of work for 12 views. I'm not Mr. Beast. Help. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching. Ag Teacher Thoughts out. Peace. every time. Ah. Yeah, let's get out of here.